Adequate is doing a lot of unnecessary stuff in its spelling, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially because they had a lot of good options to choose from that were very simple. They should have paid a lot more attention to their definition and done what was simple, what was good enough, not try to do all this extra bullshit. Like they could have interpreted things like addiquit or addiquit. Both of those, you could find some way to push those into a definition that fits with adequate. And the spelling could match up pretty intuitively. The one that I'm going to go with is probably the best variation. Maybe there's a better one, but this is at least good enough as adequate needs to be. And that is add I quit for the spelling, because that's really what you're doing when something is adequate. You can now say, I am going to quit adding to this thing because it's good enough, it's adequate. Add I quit is how you should spell adequate, and it makes a lot more sense with the vowel pronunciations. The spelling is easy. It is not intuitively pronounced as addiquate instead, so let's go with adequate. Just a spelling change today, that's all we're doing. That's an adequate thing to do. I think this is a much better version. Makes a lot of sense, easy to remember with perfect numeric additions, very similar to what I did to that word. And yeah, that's what we got for the Daily Do. Song and video of the day. Song of the day is Self-Care by Mac Miller. This is one of Mac Miller's best songs, also one of his most popular. Additionally, I sent the music video, which is spectacular, kind of like a Kill Bill Buried Alive parody-ish. It's done very well. The song is super cool, super catchy. I probably don't have to endorse it much because, like I said, it's one of his biggest. And if you maybe don't have the most positive preconception of Mac Miller, I would still try to give this a listen, because for the longest time I just kind of had an idea of what Mac Miller was in my head and didn't think he was worth checking out. But there's a lot of music that he has that's really very good and worth listening to, so give this one a try if you're not super familiar with him. And there was a decent amount of variety in the type of music he would make as well. Then for the video of the day, I chose this Ozzy Osbourne clip of Fine, because he gives off the most crazy energy in this video, and it's so funny. It's just like 9 seconds. I'm like, you know what, we're changing adequate. This is just like a short little thing that, like, it's not doing too much, but it's good fit. And it does get me to, like, cackle, even though it's only 10 seconds long. It's pretty great. If you haven't seen this one, absolutely check it out. Really quick watch, as I just said. Yeah, it's good. That's what we have for this Daily Do. Peace out.